Okay, so I'm gonna go on a slightly philosophical rant here. Slightly is an understatement, and it's gonna be different from the first two rants here because I wanna. This is more like a shower thoughts sort of thing. Um, so X. Okay. So today, well, now, moreover, I like to focus on like the existential question of what is the meaning of life, right? Uh, rather than looking at it from the perspective religiously, right? Because there are several different answers, but they don't explicitly answer the what is the meaning of life, because it's such a vague, unspecified question, right? It's like, but generally, what is our purpose here, right? And without looking theologically, right? Uh, that's what I'm gonna jump into here. So I found that the best answer that we can give someone who would ask what is the meaning of life is to respond. The meaning of life is to find the meaning of life. Now, this takes some thinking there, but if you think about it, it makes more sense, right? It goes like, because if you're theorizing what is the meaning of life, right, then you haven't found your meaning of life, right? What life means to you. So your mission is to find what life means to you. Then otherwise, if you're not theorizing it, that means you've either found or just don't care what life means to you, and therefore the meaning of life has already been found. Your meaning of life. I don't know where I'm going with this anymore, but like, if you see what I'm saying here, it's sort of, if you like think about it in a way that's sort of like, it's sort of like each person has their own meaning, right? But then you could also think of it as like in a sort of total universal sort of perspective. What is the meaning of life for humanity, right? What is the meaning of humanity? And I would find that our goal, our primary motivation, besides survival, besides, procreating, stuff like that, I think our primary goal has always been to find why we are here, like to find what our purpose is in general, right? And this has resulted in a lot of different modes of thought. And again, I'm not going religiously because many different answers, and who am I to speak for other people, in that sense. Yeah, in a sort of worldwide, universal sort of perspective, I think it's always been true that the meaning of life for us was to find what it means, to find what it means to us for us to be here, I find it very interesting. I mean, obviously there are people who are gonna go that doesn't make sense if you think about it and find paradoxes. But I'm pretty sure if I thought hard enough, I could find a paradox. Like if someone didn't care to find a meaning of life, let's say someone didn't care about if someone didn't care about the whole existential crisis, which is finding the meaning of life, what would that person's own meaning of life be, right? And that's a question which is a pretty interesting question to tackle. And yikes, for me, it'd mean that he had found his meaning already. His meaning, it's like his, I don't know, if you do not care to find a meaning in life, that means you've probably already found one of your own, right? Even though you might not identify that there is meaning, right? So meaning, I think, can translate from something supernatural, something, post-natural, to something, down to earth, like being with family, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, sure, it's not gonna be as simple as that, but it doesn't have to be as vague as serving a god of some sort, or serving a purpose, and they're serving like a purpose, and a sort of theological purpose, and some of us have a purpose which is not theological, right? Like to ourselves, right? And I'm sure that this would probably make more sense listening to it. I hope that it'd make more sense listening to it. But yeah, that's midnight shower thoughts with Zach, I guess. Yeah. Adios.